Hey, welcome to the Other Nothing podcast, where we like to talk about everything and nothing at the same time. So no topics off limits. We appreciate every single one of you, and we hope you go to Facebook and like and share, and make sure you go over to the YouTube and you hit subscribe, and make sure you go to Instagram and hit that little follow button, and then we'll have a good time. Because the more fans we have, the more fun we're gonna have all the time. I don't know why I wanted this Seinfeld mode, but we did. So let's go.
It's called the EveryNothing podcast. Two young strapping lads offer their insight into everything. It would be crazy not to listen. Obvious geniuses.
Oh, anybody listening, don't go to college. It's a fucking scam.
We'd probably stop and be like, no, you're all wrong, man. All wrong.
Sorry, Grandma.
This is the EveryNothing podcast. If you are looking to learn many things while also learning absolutely nothing, well, here you go. Enjoy the show.
It's just so damn funny.
Shit's so goddamn funny.
What's up? Joe's got herpes on his face.
Yeah. It's so funny. He said it again, guys.
Well, I gotta let the world know too.
Yeah. Great joke.
Oh, we were talking about how we all have our black uniforms on today. Joe, you said mine was like dirty and grungy looking. You wanna know why?
I just said it was faded.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm like retro. You know, it's like, whatever.
No, you're turning into a hipster.
No, I got it at Walmart. So like
that's like the new hipster place to shop.
95% of the clothes I've bought in like the last 4 or 5 years, all from Walmart.
95?
Yeah, I even wear jeans from Walmart.
95%?
Yeah. I pretty much buy all my clothes from Walmart now.
That's what hipsters do.
Wow, look how close we are.
Dude, they got some good clothes there.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? I feel like I have nothing to say about.
That's great. I'm glad you shop at Walmart. Thank you.
Well, I don't know. I was just telling people if you don't go there, you should check it out.
I need to get my head right and level with you guys.
I think literally everyone goes to Walmart. So I mean,
yeah.
I haven't been to Walmart since March.
Really?
Well, since the coof came.
Oh yeah, I still go there quite often.
Good.
Of course you do. You buy 95% of your clothes there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. People don't realize. There's a lot of people don't realize that they like their clothes selection's on point now.
On point.
On point. Yeah.
In the price range.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of everything. Like this is a pretty nice sweatshirt. You got those Russell shorts, like some nice workout gear. They got good workout gear now.
And you actually bought that for me.
Yeah. They have nice workout gear.
Did I ever pay you for that?
I don't know. Yeah, I think you owe me like $30-$40.
I would guarantee, Paul, that you have paid him.
Nah,
because he always does that. 100%.
I think you owe me for something too, Joe, don't you?
Yeah, see? You see what I mean?
You can go ahead and Venmo me.
He always wants money. Always. Man.
Nothing happened this week, right?
There's so much stuff happening this week.
Let's drink our beers or get our beers going first.
Well, hold on. Before we go, I mean, you got certified in doing this?
So I went to Ireland a couple years ago, and when you go to the Guinness storehouse or the brewery, you go through, they do this little cool training program where they teach you how to correctly pour a Guinness. And I got a little certificate. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it on Instagram or something. But okay, here's the trick.
All right, I'm listening.
We don't have official Guinness glasses, but you know the Guinness glass has the harp on the side, and then it says Guinness on it.
Yeah, the harp, it looks like that.
Yeah, but it's like cut out. It's actually engraved into the glass.
Oh.
Those are the official Guinness glasses. Yes. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to tilt the glass, and then it's supposed to hit right at the bottom of the harp when you pour, and then once it gets right up to the top of the harp, that's when you twist up and then finish it off.
Well, since we don't have the hop.
Yeah, you just kind of got to guess about somewhere halfway. So just go like halfway
now,
point.
Since I have like a mug.
It's like
I just didn't do the same thing.
That's like every beer. That's like what every bartender's supposed to do. Wait, you just explained.
No, so if you ever go, you'll notice people who don't know what to do. There'll be a lot of people when you go to what they do is they literally just put it on and then flip it upside down and just leave it.
Oh yeah, that's not. I'm talking about like you go to actual bar, like you go to Bananarams. That's how he fills his beer. You do it at like a 45-degree angle, and then when it gets to that point, you start pulling it up.
Oh, the nitrogen isn't very good in this can. This is an old can. You can tell. Look, should have a pretty big head on it. I got screwed.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So when do I tip?
Oh yeah. These are old cans. Damn, that sucks. Guinness, you let me down. Well, maybe it's not Guinness's fault.
It's Walmart.
No, actually, I got these. Oh man, shout out to Jack's Liquor, Fremont. That's probably not their fault either, though. You win some, you lose some.
Question is, how was my pour? Did you see? You have to watch.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean,
Good ball.
But like I said, you'll have like usually with a full glass like this, your head will come right up to the top.
now, isn't it like true? You got to let it sit for like.
Yeah, but this is bad Guinness.
Oh.
Yep,
bad
this is
Guinness.
bad Guinness.
All right. Well, Guinness, we're sorry that we're drinking bad of you. What?
Drinking bad of you. It's just old. Usually it has a big head on it.
That's what she said.
Well, you got a little more head on yours. Maybe I just had a bad nitrogen ball in mine actually.
We know why.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hey, so what are you drinking over there in Catarato?
It's a nice
I feel like we need to
local
zoom out.
brew. King of beers. It's been called
Budweiser.
the old.
What is there? The old
Budweiser.
diesel.
The old.
Fucking
All right.
love
Well,
this stuff.
cheers, everyone, to a successful Trump victory. Oh, sorry. Too early.
Too early.
Hold your horses, guys.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way.
Oh, there's no getting this out of the way. This is a long conversation.
No, yeah, it's worth talking about. I'm
Yeah,
into
I
it.
don't know. What are your guys'
Don't get me wrong.
thoughts about it?
What are
You
my thoughts
asking
about
me?
it?
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Paul? What's going on?
Go, Paul.
Oh, well, I was thinking that I don't know. I know that everybody's all mad because the media kind of jumped the gun, but I think they would have done that anyways. Regardless, I mean, if it wasn't so divided, I just feel like everything's so divided, and because it's Trump, it's like escalated to 11, everything, and so
Did I see some of them pulled back their call? Or I went to like on Real Clear Politics, they pulled back like Pennsylvania and some of those.
They never
places.
called Pennsylvania. That was actually false.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Pennsylvania, but there was a couple of Georgia. Some of those places where they went back
CNN,
to could go either way.
I think CNN took off Arizona.
Arizona.
I think they did because Trump has closed the gap like a lot in there. And then
From like the mail-in, because aren't they just counting mail-in ballots now?
provisional, mail-in, absentee. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Close the gaps if you can. There's litigation going on there too.
do you,
Yeah.
do you think any of
Real
this
clear-
litigation is going to actually change anything?
I don't see that happening. I mean,
You know?
not like changing the election.
No.
So what do they talk about? So the Electoral College has till like December 12th or December 14th or
Well,
something.
that's when they
14th.
Actually,
And that's the deadline.
but
And then
that's every-
after the deadline, it goes to somewhere else where it's
House delegation.
yeah. And then they choose the president.
And House
And then all I
delegation.
hear is like Poole is talking about how if it gets to that point that Trump could win at that point.
Oh, Trump will win if it gets to House delegation
Yeah.
because conservatives have the majority in House delegations.
Yeah.
great.
But that's
That should make everything better.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
so that
Well,
in
no.
the 2000
Everybody's
election that-
calling for unity right now. So if that happens, we still can be unified.
I love McConnell's. He's just like, you guys suck.
Yeah.
You've been calling for unity for so long, and yet, whatever.
Shouldn't be worried because just this afternoon, they, I can't remember the guy that was running against Tillis in North Carolina conceded.
Yeah, conceded is right.
So obviously, well, and they still haven't called the one in Alaska, but he's winning 2-1
Okay.
right now.
So yeah, Real Clear Politics has Alaska, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina,
And
Pennsylvania still
Yeah.
open.
So, and they even came out with an article today saying, the media should not have called this yet. It's too close right now.
Yeah.
But
Who came out with
any-
that? Sorry.
real clear politics.
Do you like them? Because I'm trying to find something
Everybody
that's
uses
as unbiased as possible.
everybody uses RCP. That's what when you hear RCP average, the RCP, everybody says
That's
it.
Real Clear Politics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
politics.
all it is it takes like an aggregate of the polling data
Mhm.
and uses that. So left, right, everybody kind of uses it. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that's I mean, for the election stuff, that's what everybody's kind of going off of right now.
Yeah, because if you just like type into Google, it's like
President-elect Biden.
Yeah, President-elect. He's at like 290 something or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Tillis got it, and then Alaska Republicans are going to get a senator, so it's going to be 50 to 48. So then it's going to go to Georgia to the runoff elections, and there's 2. So all the Republicans need to do is pick up one of the Georgia runoff elections, and that is, I mean, the Democrats are going to have a hard time winning either of them, because off-year elections or runoff special elections, conservatives are the ones that show up. Presidential elections is really the only time the Democrats show up. So it's going to be hard, but everything's super polarized right now and everything's super fresh.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So, so it'll be interesting, but
Unity.
yeah, unity for sure. But I honestly,
Unity.
That's the thing. Like a lot of people are saying, is like, I love seeing it. I've screenshotted a lot of people like on Twitter, being like, let's just stop and like come together. It's okay. We're one country now. We can just do this together. Let's forgive each other and heal. And I'm just like, I screenshot them because if I'm not, I don't know. My head says no.
You're doing a hypocrisy documentary or what stockpile?
Yeah. So my head says this. He's not gonna. Right. It's slim. Right. There is a chance. There's for sure a chance, but my gut's telling me this guy he's went against so many different allegations, and every time he's come out, true. I mean, he's won. He's won every single time. So I just like, I don't think he's going to this time, but there's a good possibility. I mean, not a good possibility, but there's a possibility he will. And just how like he hasn't been. So there's a lot of things, and this is where I pull the tinfoil hat out. Right? There's a lot of different things. So so let's give a rundown everything that's been happening here in the past. So we just have Bill Barr, AG, come out saying, hey, federal agents can go and investigate allegations of fraud, voter fraud. So he just sent out his agents yesterday in a memo. You had, what else happened yesterday? You had Trump firing the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper. Okay. A lot of people, I'm getting there. A lot of people are thinking.
I'm glad you're telling me this stuff because I wouldn't know.
So yeah, why would he do that? That's like everybody's question is like, well, he lost, right? Why would he do this? He only has like 2 months until Biden takes over, right? So they're like, oh, he's kicking and screaming like a fucking baby, and he wants to get rid of Mark Esper because he's been waiting to get rid of him. Because if you don't remember, during the giant George Floyd protests, Trump went and did a photo op at that church by the White House, and he had the law enforcement push the protests out of the way so him and his cabinet members could go. And Mark Esper, what he did was it was a photo op, and so it made Trump look really bad. And Trump's been pissed that whole time, right? Since then, because it made Trump look bad because all he was saying was like, oh, he just did this, push these protesters out of the way so he could do a photo op, and then he went back into the White House. Right.
Wait, what was he doing there?
He went to go pray at the, for the different events going on at that time.
Okay. So he was going to church to do church things.
Yeah. But they said it was a photo op kind of thing. It did seem photo op-y. So for sure.
Yeah.
So Mark Esper came out and said all that shit. And that's why they're like, oh, he's kicking and screaming. He's just clearing these people out. All right. So now I would like for you guys to put on your tinfoil hats.
All right.
So Mark Esper was also. I had so many thoughts about this today, Paul. I was going to send you a bunch of different like clips. Like once we go into like conspiracy town, I wanted you to have like a sound bite of like different Alex Jones things. Like, look, I'm kind of retarded. Right before we jump in. But so the things I'm about to say are there's no valid proof of it whatsoever. It's just interesting things. So
These are my own
So
thoughts
what you
and
have-
opinions. Disclaimer.
Yeah. So remember, we just had Bill Barr at the same time send out a memo that he's sending federal agents out to go investigate these things. Same time he gets rid of Mark Esper. Mark Esper was also vocally against the Insurrection Act. Do you know what the Insurrection Act is?
Explain it to the people.
The Insurrection Act is where he can deploy United States military and National Guard troops in the United States. And what it does is like you can suppress like, you know, civil disorder, big mass
Like for
rioting.
rioting and all kinds of that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mark Esper, the Secretary of Defense, was vehemently against this.
Mhm.
So at the same time, you have these litigation suits going out. You have Trump being really quiet about a lot of things. He hasn't been he hasn't went and talked to reporters. He's been very quiet about everything. And and there's all these people coming up with allegations. You have like, I want to say they have almost 70 signed affidavits right now of witnesses in different states of voter election fraud, intimidation. You have these, they have
Do they really?
actual.
I know
you
there's all that, like the post office ones. Those are big ones that they talk about a lot.
Yep, they
and
have a
stuff like
couple
that.
of those, and that's what I was reading right before this. So one of them, I can't remember his name. He went. There's a Washington Post article that just came out saying that federal agents just questioned him, and he denied what he had said. So he walked back his claims,
Mhm.
and that he was lying to Project Veritas and all that. Right.
Oh, okay. So that was one of the Veritas deals.
Yep.
Yeah.
However, that is not true. James O'Keefe and Project Veritas just released the audio from that person getting questioned by these agents, federal agents. And that is not true at all of what happened. The federal agents then lied about what that person had said. Washington Post just ran an article lying about what they said. And Project Veritas, the fucking geniuses they are, knew this shit would happen. They're like, oh, okay, let me drop these audio tapes for you guys real quick. Drop.
Wait, so
That
they
just happened.
somehow got like the interview between the FBI
Yeah.
and
Well, I don't
that
know if it was
guy.
FBI. I don't
Oh,
know if it was
sorry.
FBI. It was Inspector
Whatever
General,
agency it was. Okay.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many freaking.
And so even that agency said that he was, or so there's a big deal there.
Yeah, so they just came out and they said, you know, pretty much intimidating a whistleblower, which I don't know if you remember. God, well, we still can't say the whistleblower's name. You remember him, I'm sure, Paul. He who must not be named, whistleblower, and
Lord Voldemort?
Yeah, Lord Voldemort.
Is that who we're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. You actually can't say his name. The supposed
really?
And we just
whistleblower.
lost our feed.
The guy in
All right,
Russia?
thanks.
Yeah.
Him?
No. What? No. Snowden? No, you can say Snowden.
No,
I was going to say, what?
He's talking about the whistleblower for the Russian inclusion stuff. That guy.
Oh.
No.
Different one.
Why,
Yeah,
why
the
you really can't say it? You in trouble on
Ukrainian-
YouTube or something?
yeah, Ukrainian.
Oh,
The
okay.
Ukraine. Remember the impeachment trial? They had a whistleblower, and then
mean
you had
in
Lieutenant
January?
Colonel Vindman.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to, like, maybe when we get off, you have to tell me a little bit more about it or something.
Oh my God, do you even pay attention to what's going on
I
in your world?
do, but I don't dive as deep as you do. Let's just put it that way.
But anyway, so the Insurrection Act, that's the big deal. So that begs the question is, did Trump just throw a fit and fire this guy? Or is this guy playing 4D chess right now, putting someone in a Secretary of Defense position that will listen to what he says and deploy troops if necessary? Because what if this does get reversed? What if it does? Everybody's excited. They were dancing in the streets. President-elect Biden. You're going to tell me there's not going to be fucking riots if they come out like, whoops, it's actually Trump's going into a second term.
So there was still, okay, so I'm asking because
I'm asking.
I heard, and I need someone to verify. There was still rioting going on and everything after
Yes.
I mean, there's still rioting going on. And supposedly the rioting started during the Obama administration.
Well, if you're referring to Black
So
Lives
like the
Matter,
Black Lives Matter rioting and all that stuff started under Obama.
yes.
Okay. So that's what I've heard from multiple sources, but yeah, I have a hard time believing anything because I don't know what the fuck's true and what's not.
Oh.
Yeah. So because I know a lot of this rioting and stuff gets credited to Trump, when in reality, a lot of this unrest started under the Obama administration.
Yeah.
As there's always been a unrest, but this specific unrest is what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whistleblower, Richard Hopkins, not the Ukrainian one. But I don't know, Paul. I don't know if you pulled it up or whatever. I didn't say the Ukrainian one. That one's a scary one. You can't say that one.
Can't say that one. Yeah, that's what I don't know about.
Yeah, just go on and tell your story. I'm not going to pull up anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So obviously that could happen. It won't. I don't know. I'm just saying it's very interesting timing for all that to happen. Then I mean,
the vaccine stuff was interesting timing as well.
Yeah, that was cool.
There's just a lot of weird coincidences. I don't really buy into a lot of conspiracy and coincidence, but there's just a lot of them that are happening.
Yeah, but how many times can a lot of these weird things or these voter? So that's one of the things is the media when they first started coming out is like there's no evidence of voter fraud. Mm-hmm. Then they just switched it to there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud because widespread is a loose definition. It's it can be whatever they want it to be, right?
Loose butthole.
So you have I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these anecdotal evidence of voter fraud, intimidation, whatever, right? How many times does it take to become statistically impossible for it not to be true? You know what I mean? You have all these different instances. Obviously, there's a lot of faking going on. Mm-hmm. Because there's going to be bad actors on both sides. There's just going to be people out there be like, I'm going to get these dipshits on whatever side to believe this stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, regardless of what side you're on, I think it's very important that a lot of these things are investigated, whether you believe them to be true or you do not believe them to be true, because the integrity of the election is important, regardless of who wins, if it's Biden or Trump. It doesn't matter. The whole point of the Democratic election is integrity.
Yeah. You're going to have if they don't believe it, you have 71 million people that are going to be like, I don't fucking believe this election, this guy. And then you're going to have Biden put in a national mask mandate.
So my wife and I were actually having this conversation before we came here. I don't feel that to be constitutionally legal, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So we were kind of having this little back and forth about.
It can be, though.
Yeah, well, so the mandates and stuff like that, obviously they serve a purpose, but they're not constitutionally legal. So where do you draw the line? This was kind of our conversation, so I don't know where you'd fall on that. I believe that it should be a state. Well, okay, so first off, the federal government should be able to do the mandates. I liked how Trump was allowing the states to run the state, and the federal government was staying out of it. Would you agree with that?
That's
Say that again, sorry.
All right, so that's federalism.
Yeah.
So Trump, with the mask stuff, he was basically letting the governors make their own
decisions. That's the way America should be operating.
Well, mainly because if you look at New York City and go, okay, that's the worst place, we're going to make this mandate across the nation. It doesn't make sense in Fremont, Nebraska.
Right.
So they need to be able to work within each state.
Mm-hmm.
And even within each state, if California being such a wide, long state, what's going on in the South could be completely different what's going up in the north part of the state.
Okay, so I think maybe you and I were talking about this a while back, and you kind of brought up this point, and I had never thought about it beforehand, but you allow the states to operate as the states, and the federal government stays out and just provides assistance to these states in the sense that...
Which is what
that's freedom in general. So if you don't like the way your state is operating, you have the option to move to another state.
Which is what federalism is, because in reality, the state's supposed to have more power than the federal government.
Yeah,
100%.
Each state itself, which is why the Senate itself, the way that they changed it in the 60s, when did they change it over to a popular vote? The Senate used to be assigned by the state legislators. And so when we would vote as a population for the House, that's why it's the People's House. The Senate was supposed to be a representative of each state, so you have 2 for each state, and the state legislators would assign the senators to go and represent them in. And so, therefore, the state legislators, our vote within the state would be more. It would be a lot more important for us to pay attention to the state legislators because they would send people to. Then they changed it in the '60s. I don't know when they changed it to a popular vote, and the Senate now doesn't mean anything because they have no accountability to anybody. Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
Just the way that it's designed and the way it's being run now, the Senate is really not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because they're not really representing the states. In other words, they're just out there being another body doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, it's actually more like a federal. It's like another federal body, pretty much.
Yeah, and we have the House. The House is supposed to be the People's Party. That's why they have the power of the purse. The House can then control the money. That's why the Senate doesn't have control of the money. Because the Senate is supposed to be just representing the states. And so the states' interests saying, oh, hey, I from Alaska, we need these things, and they have a vote on that. So, just kind of wonky.
Yeah. Well, there's your...
Anyways, I don't know how we went down that rabbit trail, but...
Oh, well, okay, so we were talking about, like, mask mandates and stuff like that. So, I am of the impression, of the mind that the state should recommend these things, but they shouldn't be able to mandate these things. Regardless, it's just one of those slippery slope issues to me, where when the state starts getting too much power and then starts telling the population what they have to do, if anyone follows history, that's just it may seem like a small thing at first, but then they just piles on. There is
certain powers that they have because of protection of the people. So if there's certain different things going on,
so that's what I mean. It's a weird issue. Like,
the problem is that like Como over in New York, basically saying, hey, if you come visit our state, we're gonna like lock you up for 14 days. Not lock you up.
Which is. Well, so that's why I like
false news, not lock you up. They're gonna quarantine you.
I like the idea of the business itself. Like the government, that state can say, this is what we recommend due to, studies and whatever. This is what we recommend. But it'd be up to the business itself to actually implement those mask mandates. So like Walmart, you can't walk into Walmart without wearing a mask, which makes sense.
And
I totally agree with.
Which is what they did before all this stuff.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah, I just believe that the people will make majority, and not everybody, because people are dumb. Majority of people will say, hey.
But we live in an American society where you have the option to make that dumb decision. Correct. And that's the beauty of living in America.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be able to make that decision, there's plenty of other places you can move.
Yeah, France.
Yeah. But I know that can be an unpopular thing to say.
You see that France is going to shut down. They basically want you to shut down Christmas. Do you see that?
Well, doesn't California want you to shut down Thanksgiving pretty much?
Well, they want you to go outside and only have 3 people, and if you go inside, make sure
it's 3 families. I think is what it is, but it's still kind of ludicrous.
False news.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think, Joe?
What do you mean? What do I think?
I don't know. What do you think about like
I've always
mask mandates, and would you agree with what I was saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna listen to Czar Biden and wear my mask inside
in the car
in my house when I'm asleep.
Well, I know. I mean, I have. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of a weird dividing. It's such a weird little thing. Wear a mask, and I wear a mask most places I go, and I agree with it. But I don't think they should be able to mandate that you wear them.
Yeah, no, they're gonna piss people off. People are gonna start revolting on it. And they're like, "Oh, you don't listen." I mean, yeah, it's a power grab. And speaking of like countries doing real slippery shit, there's a lot of slippery shit already coming out after President-elect Biden. You had Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, making the list. I signed up our email account, by the way, on their website.
We're on the list then?
We're on the list.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
this is actually a true thing. You heard about all this.
Yes,
They're making a blacklist for people who
support Trump.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead for our podcast. I signed us up to get updates on new when they had the list compiled, so they'll send it to us as well. And our first name is D's, our last name is Nuts. I went ahead and created a Parlor account too for our podcast, and I think our name
I
is
did a Parlor.
Gulag inmate 1116. So
Did you really?
yeah,
That's awesome.
So everybody look at Parlor. I think it's Gulag inmate 1116. That's our.
I'm looking at it
That's
right
the
now.
Every Nothing one.
Yeah,
Actually,
sorry,
I'll make sure to follow.
I actually did sign up for Parlor.
Yeah. So
All right,
yeah,
let's see
Parlor.
here. Gulag,
Number
what?
one in the App Store for like 3 days in a row now.
I'm just glad that there's something coming out. Alternatives, freedom alternatives.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Twitter's a free place to go, but obviously they censor the stuff and it's their choice.
That's what I mean.
But they had a monopoly. Yeah. So
I'm glad that there's things popping up that people can use as alternatives. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
They're just not as, because Parler's app is really wonky. And
yeah, isn't there like, what's YouTube's BitChute? Yeah. But that one still doesn't have a lot of stuff on it.
Well, they don't have an app. They don't even have an app.
It's not. It's
that's the one Jake was telling me about.
That has a lot of stuff you can watch. But that's not the YouTube alternative that everybody's using. It's I'm trying to look it up again.
I might get in trouble for this one too.
Oh my god.
Mike is muted. Just popped up. Oh, never mind.
What's that?
No,
it's something else.
I can't think of it. What it's called. Oh my gosh! But BitChute's one of them. It's Rumble.
Rumble.
Yes, I haven't heard
that.
of
That is the YouTube alternative.
Rumble.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's just like YouTube. They're trying to push it as well. They're just not going to censor you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's and that's what's gonna, I think, make these so strong. I mean, they're shit compared to like YouTube and Twitter right now. The reason why Parler's so shitty is they're having like hundreds of thousands of people download it and sign up right now. So their service is
crashing stuff.
Yeah. They did not expect this many people all of a sudden to jump.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they pick a day like December 14th? We're all dropping Facebook and going to Parler. Is that?
I have no idea.
Is that a thing?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Start the revolution right now.
Yeah. Viva la revolution.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I err towards the side of freedom. So when it comes down to a certain issue like the mask mandates and stuff like that, I err towards the side of the ability to make the choice.
Yeah. Freedom versus security.
You know, you look up Rumble, the first thing that comes up is Rumble on Facebook, which it's got to be
no. But yeah, that's their alternative that they're pushing right now. I don't know.
I think one of my favorite quotes, I was showing my wife this one the other day. So the Ben Franklin's quote, "Any society that will give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deserve neither and lose both." You heard that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's so true.
Dude, I had one of my favorite quotes was from Abe Lincoln. I had it on my Facebook for a while. It's anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. He said it.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. He was a vampire hunter as well.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, right? It was actually pretty good.
I was trying to tell some people about the Key and Peele movie, Keanu.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, that was
no one had heard about it. I was like telling it to a group of people, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
The cat, Keanu!
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen that. That's good.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm starting to rewatch Rick and Morty season 4.
Yeah.
And I forgot about the meme. I forgot he was even part of that. It's the first episode where he has the death crystal. And he's like, there's a meme out there. It's like, crystal meth addicts be like this. And it's when Morty has a crystal in his head and he's like, I do as the crystal commands.
Season 4 is pretty funny. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. That was the one where he had to pick the direction when he picked a direction, it led him to what's her name.
I can't remember her name either. But yeah, it's so he would like do a whole bunch of dumb shit. Like he's like, just
Is that
I
like
do as the
Molly
crystal
or-
guides.
Yeah.
Molly or Kelly or
The
something.
hot girl in high school.
Yeah.
He would like, and am. That was a pretty funny season. Wasn't my favorite season, but it was a pretty funny season.
Best part about that was like, hey, a bunch of girls are gonna go skinny dipping. He's like, I
I
can't.
And he's just like, I want to die with you.
If you guys haven't watched Rick and Morty, that's a great animated TV show. If you like animated TV shows, yeah, I just got into it a couple months ago.
Pickle Rick!
So good, yeah. I think the Pickle Rick's probably that one or the Swifty one. Those are my two favorite episodes.
Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Those are my two favorite. The cool part about it though is like it has some serious points to it.
No.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to hear them.
What did you think of the dragon episode in season 4?
We've talked about that one, Joe. What do you think?
What's
The
that?
slut dragons.
I'm sorry, what?
The
The
dragon.
the slut dragons?
Yeah, season 4.
I don't know. What do you want? What do you want me to say about
Did you
it?
like that episode?
I just want you to be Joe.
No, I am with you on the season 4 not being my totally favorite on him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hits, but not as many as like I want to say season 2. I think was like one of my favorites. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to remember which one's which. I watched like a bunch of seasons all in a row, and so I don't remember which.
That's what like I binge watched the first 3 like as fast as I could.
I think I watched the first 2 seasons together, and then I watched season 3 and 4. So, when they came out, but I don't remember what season's what.
Yeah,
It's like Pickle Rick's season 3, maybe.
Yeah, that's the most recent
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Because I think
that's the one that got
they talk
super-
about Pickle Rick in season 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when they got super. That first episode of season 4, it felt so strong. Because there's so many. I mean, you have Morty doing that dumbass shit, but then you have Rick coming back, and it's like all Hitler ran like different universes.
yeah.
It's like-
Oh yeah, because some of them he was a shrimp in one of them.
Yeah,
It was
he's like-
Nazi shrimp.
he's like, this is thank God. I was like, I don't care if I'm a shrimp or whatever. And he's like, as long as it's not an anti-Semitic universe. And the guy's like, what? And it's like all this Hitler stuff. He's like,
yeah, like on the wall.
Yeah, and he just like kills
He's like,
himself.
kill me. Yeah.
I think we need more evil Morty in our lives. It wasn't anything in season 4, right? Like
No, I don't think so. No, he played like there was a couple of the universes where he was like Hitler and Morty, but
Yeah, that was the
very
first
quick.
episode too. That's what I'm saying. That first episode was just like it had so much in it. It was really good.
that and I'm really into King of the Hill right now too.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, not to jump back into King of the Hill. I love King of the Hill. I don't want to disregard that. But
back to the politics. Hold on.
yeah, I'm gonna jump back over to politics real quick,
Yep,
guys.
go for it.
Kayleigh McEnany, obviously White House press secretary,
Yep.
just tweeted out there are 234 pages of sworn affidavits alleging election irregularities in one county in Michigan alone. One county, 234 pages of sworn affidavits. These people are real. Allegations deserve to be heard. Integrity of our election matters. But oh my God! Speaking of, you haven't watched South Park. I mean, you've only watched
I watched the new. Or I mean, I watched the
only watched
pandemic
that
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed you're not wearing your chin diaper.
Yeah. That's funny because like everyone's like wears it on their chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And him
maybe.
like just banging the fuck out of that pangolin, like in the back.
I wasn't expecting that either.
I
Or,
know.
like,
I was so upset. I couldn't talk-
The first thing that got me was we're talking about South Park's pandemic special. When he jerks off onto the joint
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
has Jimbo smoke it. That was the first thing that got me.
Fucking mustache.
Yeah.
It's not on your face.
I don't know
That
why
was
he
the
had
first
to do
thing that
that,
got
like
me.
right in front of Jimbo.
Yeah.
Jimbo's like,
He
"What are you
shows his
doing?"
ass. He's like, "Ugh." and then he like thinks that it's the cure. So like he has this little booth where cars are driving by. he's like
"Hold on!"
he has like his cane.
It's so good. I just love it. He's about to like give it all up and do what Sharon says at the end or whatever. And then Sharon wakes up and she has a mustache because she's been like, if you watch the season before, she like his whole family's like so against him, like the weed farm and everything.
Yeah.
And he's finally about to give it in, and then she has the mustache, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, fuck you, Sharon."
Yeah. What's your favorite all-time South Park episode?
The original one with Jesus and
Santa
Claus.
Santa Claus. That was a good one. That was when they have like the battle at the end. Yeah.
That is good.
That's before they became, South Park.
There's another. I like the other Jesus Santa one. Is it? I think Santa's in prison somewhere, and Jesus has to go in there with like M16s, and he's like killing a whole bunch of people to save him from like the Taliban or something like that. Yeah. I don't. There's so many.
Ones.
There's so many good ones. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the NSA one, Robert? Where Cartman wants to join. He like wants to work for the NSA because he thinks the NSA is spying on him. So he wants to figure out who his.
I think we lost him.
Sure.
Joe, are you there? Joe, you with us?
He
gets cutting out a little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe he can't hear us at all because I feel like he's still talking.
You guys are just dropped off.
Hey, how you doing? You're back, kind of. Are you there? We lost you.
Your internet out in
Hear
Colorado.
You guys? Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
No, you're not moving though.
No, you can't hear me.
You guys having a
we can hear you
thunderstorm
now.
out there?
Yeah. You have a lot of snow out there, or what?
No.
We're
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah,
we got you now.
You're kind of back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are having some
What the
power
fuck
outages
happened
earlier
there?
today because there was some freezing rain and shit here in Nebraska.
Oh,
Yeah.
did it like just drop for you guys? Like
Yeah,
you guys
you
like
dropped.
just your screen went blank.
No, you stopped.
Yeah.
Like
Your
you were
guys'
frozen.
screen's blank.
I think. Yeah. I think it's on his end though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think it's on
Who
my
knows?
end.
We got you now though. We got you now though.
One of us sucks.
Yeah, I guess I don't know who it could be though. I mean, because on my end, like everything's fine. Like my other stuff, like I have other stuff up right now, and that's all still fine. But you guys, as your little screens had like little circles just pop up all of a sudden.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the stream here, and we're nice and clear. Yours keeps on pixelating, so I'm thinking it's your internet on your side.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I don't even know what. Oh, anyway, so he's like
Yeah.
at the NSA, and he gets a job or whatever there, and he's like, the guy's showing around. He's like, you don't really think we have like someone assigned to everybody? He's like, there's no way we could do that.
Oh, I
Like,
know
this
I've
is-
seen this episode, but it's been so long I don't really
So
remember.
how they track everybody? He like takes Cartman to a room, and he's like, this is how we track everybody. And they have Santa like tied up with like cords going in and
Yeah,
out of
is
his
it, like,
body.
into his veins and
Yeah,
shit.
it's like in his body and in his brain and stuff. He's like, please help Santa.
Yeah, right. He says exactly like that too. Please help Santa. Yeah, I remember that episode.
Oh man, I don't know if that's my favorite. I mean, there's so many good ones. The
Yeah, it's
iconic one is like Make Love, Not Warcraft one.
The World of Warcraft one.
That's like probably one of
That
the
was a
most
good one.
iconic episodes.
Yeah.
It's just like when Randy dies in the game and he's at like a Best Buy or whatever because he has a sword of 1,000 truths.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, that's because like you were super into World of Warcraft. Like I really like the Guitar Hero one. That's the one that always pops into my head because I was super into Guitar Hero at one point.
yeah.
You are Vegs.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that episode though is when he actually starts playing "Carry On My Wayward Son" on a real guitar.
Yeah.
you're like, Dad, that's gay.
Who was is it Randy, right? That sings it?
Yeah. Once I rose above the noise and
Yeah.
confusion.
Yeah. Together glance beyond the solution. I will sorry never. Hi-ya.
The way he sings is funny.
Oh god. And they're
And then he
like,
picks up he's like playing the Hero guitar in his underwear and he keeps
Yeah.
like fucking up.
Yeah. Dude, you remember when you fucked up my cousin Ryan, some Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
That was so funny. He's like talking so much shit. He's like, man, I'm the fucking
I used to
Guitar
like
Hero.
skip school when the new ones come out. Like, Mom, I'm not feeling good today. Go get the new one and play. It was my shit. That was my shit. So shout out to DB John, Twitch. So John was like super in Guitar Hero. Apparently he did like competitions and stuff and won money playing Guitar Hero and things like that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so like he was super into it too. Yeah.
I played
Jeez.
it a little bit.
Yeah, I fucking loved it. That was my shit. I used to like, and then when Rock Band came out, where you can actually play the drums too, I learned how to play Enter Sandman on Expert without looking at the screen. That's how much I was into it. I could play Enter Sandman on that fake drum kit.
Cool. Can you sit down on a real drum kit and play it now?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, I can play drums, kinda.
Do it.
I can play church bass.
Oh god. One string.
What's church
Yeah.
bass?
Oh my god.
It's just an inside joke.
Well, as a bass player, we have a guy who says he can play church bass, and it's one of those guys that just kind of looks at his strings and plays one note at a time, and looks at and he stays on one string and just goes dong 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 dong.
Yeah.
And as a bass player, you just kind of go, "What are you doing?"
That's like most bass players don't know. I shouldn't even call them bass players. Most people who think they know how to play, they're always, you can tell right away when they're like looking.
What do I do? What note is G? You know, it's funny because
It's like, well, I learned how to play, but I never learned what things were called. I'm like, okay, well, we're not playing together, so leave.
Well, you know, it's funny. Every time somebody comes up and goes, "I know how to play an instrument," it's like, sure you do.
Yeah, I always err on the side of no, you don't.
No, you don't. We have a friend, Mike, who came in to play drums, and when I first met him, he's like, "Oh, I play drums," and I'm like, "Yeah, why don't we get together and just kind of practice once?" And he's just like, "Oh, you want to see if I can play?" And I'm like, "Yep."
He knew.
Wait, I did the same thing to you.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
"Sure."
I do that with every new person I play with. Yeah.
I
Most
can't
people-
play the drums. I can't play the guitar. I can play the fuck out of the saxophone though.
Yeah, you used to be able to play the sax.
Dude.
Think you could still play it if someone handed you a saxophone?
Yeah, bro. I'm
Think
like
so?
this fucking generation's Kenny G.
You're like this generation.
Like-
you should have said Bill Clinton.
There you go.
For sure, Bill Clinton.
Have you? Oh yeah, we should. That's a people don't know that he was a fucking badass sax player.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I remember I saw it on when he was like running.
You should look it
Wait,
up.
is
It's
this- you
fucking.
guys
Yeah,
awesome.
did you
probably in
vote
grade
for him?
school. No, I wasn't able to vote when he was running.
I know that was a joke.
You're such a hilarious guy.
I'm pretty funny. Everybody says.
Back in the day when I had a boat, I had to freaking do it by pencil.
Just
Yes.
look up Bill Clinton saxophone. There's one where it should be the top one. He plays either on the Arsenio Hall show. That one's a really good one. Or he does one at like the White House. It's a really good one too. He fucking gets it, son. Slick Willie. That's what they call him.
Call him Slick Willie. Hey, while he's pulling that up, did you see what Mike Pompeo said today? It's pretty funny. So a reporter was asking him about like Trump, like transitioning, like Secretary of State transitioning over to the Biden team or whatever.
Mhm.
And Pompeo was like, he's like, I think there will be a very smooth transition to a Trump second term.
Did
Yeah,
he
like,
mean to say that?
Yeah, he did. And then he just
Oh.
smiled at them. And then everybody's like, what the
what?
fuck does he know that we don't? Like, I don't know. That's kind of the vibe. But there, I mean, I don't know. It was pretty funny. Oh, here we go.
Dude, look at that fucking guy. He like busts out a mad solo, I think, in it. Or maybe it might be the White House one where he like plays like a just sick fucking solo in it. You're like, holy shit! I'll send him another vote.
Yeah.
I'll
You-
write in Bill Clinton for this next election.
You knew that Hill Dog got it that night.
You knew Monica
Knew.
got it that night. Not-
That's rough, Robert.
What? I mean, it's true, right?
No, it's not true.
Allegedly.
No, I
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
with that woman.
wishing Lionel
The banana,
Hampton
get the
No
banana
wonder
on the
he
screen.
did.
90th
No wonder he did.
I didn't know you was a saxophone player. Listen to that smooth jazz. Look at that. Look at those fingers in action.
Oh, he's
Oh,
done.
what? They skipped some of it. Oh, well. Well, anyways, old Slick Willie can he can really hammer on a saxophone.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyways.
Um,
The moral story is make sure you can play before you say you can play.
yeah.
But
I need another beer. What about you?
Yeah, grab me another Guinness.
Hey, Robert, do you think your band would ever need a saxophone player?
Dude, I love saxophones. I think saxophones should be in rock bands for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. Except I totally wouldn't want to audition for the part. I can play alto, tenor.
Well, once
Whatever
we
you
get
need me to
big
do.
and we move the mothership to Colorado.
I hope you do. That'd be neato mosquito.
I don't know. That state.
wouldn't like that
state
plan.
seems to be going a weird
Why?
direction.
Just move your whole office out here.
Yeah. You moved too.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is a good Guinness. I think I just had a bad one. Oh, I screwed up the head. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I thought you were a professional head doctor.
I know you got a certificate and everything.
I give the best head ever. Oh, wait, did I say that out
You're
loud?
a certified head doctor.
See, that's a pretty good one. See how it's cascading? Can you see that?
Wow, Robert.
Look at that. Look at it just work its way
Let
up.
me see if
That's what my toilet bowl looks like after I'm done with it.
Good, and it tastes like that too.
Oh my
I'm into
god.
that shit.
Woo! All
Here we
right.
go. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that one's much better.
Maybe so was your nitro ball, you think, and the other one?
Yeah, it must have been just a faulty nitro ball.
Those
But yeah, so
Irish folk.
yeah. So last year you got to go to you got a good one there, Paul. There you go.
Oh, do I get a certificate now?
Yeah, there you go. Last year we went to Iceland, and the weirdest thing they do there. So like the government,
Cascade. Look at that cascade.
the government runs all their alcohol sales in Iceland. So like all liquor stores are government run, so they're like all called the same thing, and they're only open on certain days at certain hours.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing ever.
That's the way it was in New Hampshire.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You and I were talking about that.
Back
So, like,
in New Hampshire, we have state liquor stores. Now you can buy beer and everything in like grocery stores. But
Yeah.
any hard liquor or wine, you can buy in the state liquor stores. What's great about it, because we have no sales tax. When I say we, I mean when I used to live there. So they used to put them all along Maine and Massachusetts and Vermont. So all those idiots that paid high sales tax would drive in New Hampshire, buy their liquor for no sales tax, and then drive back.
mhm.
It was pretty.
That's
ingenious.
illegal. That's a federal crime. I'm
That
pretty
is a
sure.
federal crime, but-
Yeah, well, as we say in New Hampshire, well then lower your sales tax. Dumb shits.
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing about it, when we were in Iceland, so everything was governmentally run, but so everything was crazy fucking expensive. So you get like a 6-pack of Bud Light, and here it costs like $3 or something. You get a 6-pack of Bud Light there for $15, like insane amounts.
Well,
$10.
now let me
$15.
ask you a question. Would you rather pay more for your liquor as like a use tax than pay more in sales tax or income tax?
Probably, yeah. What you said, the first option, the use tax. Yeah, sorry.
So like you,
I was
rather
just
pay
like
15
cutting government spending.
I'd rather pay none of it.
Well, all right. So
If I had to choose between the two, the income tax is ridiculous and theft, but the use tax, that's probably the way I would
so you
lean.
gotta pay $15 for Budweiser, like 6-pack,
Yeah.
or pay income tax, sales tax. I mean,
Yeah, but on the flip side of that though, doesn't that fucking just kill your business?
not if it's. I mean, if it's liquor.
Yeah, well, people are gonna buy it regardless.
But I mean, the same thing. It's just like, what does California have? So many different taxes on their gas. That their gas is. It's like we're paying $1.68 here, and they're
You're
paying,
gonna
like,
be paying $5 a gallon here pretty soon.
Oh, do you see all the people posting like, I'm just taking all these pictures just to show how everything is good right now?
I don't know. Yeah. What do you think it'll actually get that bad?
Nah, well, the Senate is going to be Republican, and the House is basically.
That's what I
lost their
keep
Senate.
telling people. Like, he's not going to be able to get a lot of his
No,
deals
he's gonna
passed.
he's going to be dead within a year, and Kamala will.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Kamala.
I can't.
Kamala,
do what you do.
don't put me in prison. No, if we don't take the Senate, if the Republicans, I should say, don't take the Senate, like have a
We're on list
majority,
now.
you can. A lot of things are getting fucked. Like Biden's tax plan for firearms. You guys seen that? 200.
Go ahead.
$200 tax stamp per firearm. $200 tax stamp per magazine that you have for firearms.
This is like what you have to pay in order to even buy
To
the
own
weapon.
Yeah, and
that
it's
should stop gun violence because those guys usually buy it in stores and stuff.
See, that's where, I mean, yeah.
It's
people have strong opinions about that, but if you're just doing that to the legal owner, it doesn't stop illegal traffic.
yeah, it's I don't know. It doesn't affect me because I mean I was out boating the other day and I literally all my guns fell overboard and I couldn't find them again. So it doesn't affect me anymore, But
Oh. I see
But-
what you did there.
yeah,
So I don't actually own anything.
I don't have any guns. They're gone.
They
So
fell off the boat.
they
Same
fell
with
off
me.
the boat.
All that ammo I've been stockpiling,
It's like, how many-
it just was gone. I don't know where
It's
it
like,
went.
how many
so.
guns you got? I got 2. Then I got 48 of these ones that just got mailed in.
But yeah,
Yeah, so
They just
I'm
fell off.
a gun owner and
They fell off a boat.
proud proprietor of firearms. I grew up shooting and doing all that kind of stuff, but
What's the biggest gun that you've? We
the
can't.
biggest gun that I've shot,
Well, I mean, it's different.
I'm sure
He's in the
Joe probably
military.
can't talk about it, but I've shot an what do you call it? The big fucking machine gun that they used in World War II that the German side, no, the American side used
M2H Bravo,
50 cal.
50 caliber.
in World War II. Is their big 50? It wasn't 50 cal, but it was belt fed.
The bullets about this big.
The bullets were pretty big. It wasn't 50 cal though. It was a submachine gun.
Because it had like a
Or not
a
submachine
chain.
gun.
What?
Yeah, it had like the belt.
What are you?
not a sub-
Submachine gun.
It wasn't
but
a
it was a big
submachine gun.
bullet.
No, it's fuck. I can't remember exactly what it's called. If I played any Call of Duty World War II game, I would
I'm
be able to
actually
tell
thinking,
you.
is it the gun? I just want to fire one of those Gatling guns like they had in Predator. And it's
Yeah.
just like,
Is it a
Light machine gun was.
was it a Browning or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, there's a lot of different Brownings. I mean, they're
There's an
M1917, M1918, M1919.
yeah, it was one of those.
We're real knowledgeable here.
I know. Fuck. It was a long time ago. It was fucking awesome though. It was belt fed. I shot it standing up. So
The MG was it the one using Rambo?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what I shot. Something like that. Anyways.
That was like the MG34, or no, that was the M60.
Yeah, something like that.
Show him a picture of the M60 real
Yeah,
quick,
I bet,
Paul.
I bet you it is.
That was the M60.
That was probably the
he
coolest
used
gun
in
I've ever
Rambo.
shot. I have an old video somewhere around here, but yeah, I don't know. I like to shoot. It's fun to do. I grew up hunting and stuff like that.
I was a certified gunner for the M2H Bravo 50 cal
Yeah.
machine gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you ever actually use it? I know you didn't probably
Yes.
use it in combat or anything, did you?
Oh, I killed motherfuckers with my
That one.
hands.
Motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I shot. Yeah.
That's M60.
Yep, that's
They
what it
used
was,
that in
M60.
Vietnam.
And not okay, so not World War II. No,
Yeah, that's where you see like in Tropic Thunder,
Yeah,
the black guy, like he has that big gun. He's just like
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot one of those one time. That was probably the coolest gun I've shot. But
Was
yeah.
it automatic?
I like World War what?
Was it automatic?
Yeah, I shot it at a gun club. Yeah, but I like World War II / post World War II. That's kind of like I like those kind of older rifles and stuff like that. I have some of those. Are you not supposed to say like what guns you have now? Because in the fear that someday they're gonna take them away from you. Now you got me all like conspiracied out.
You told me the other day that they fell into a river, the Pawnee River.
Yeah, and I think it must have washed up with your guns somewhere. So who knows where they're at?
Yeah, they're fucking down by the Atlantic Ocean.
You mean they didn't wash up, Robert? They died.
They died.
just
They no longer
deteriorated.
exist.
I can no longer find it.
I feel like I shouldn't say out loud what I have.
I know. He's like, wait, is this? Are we not supposed to do this anymore? Like, Robert, you're gonna be one of those people People like, is the revolution actually happening right now? What is going on? Like,
Do I get my gun out? Do I leave it? What's going on, guys? Who's shooting first? You shoot first. I'll
Really
shoot
anxious.
after.
Really anxious and anxiously horny as well. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's funny. Like I grew up in rural America, and just everybody you knew has a fucking arsenal in their house. Everybody. It's just one of those things. You just grew up around it.
A lot of
I
boating
had
accidents.
to help a friend once move one of those big, huge gun safes
Mhm.
down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are like they sell with the house.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was one of those that he brought in, and I was like, we had to like reinforce the stairs.
Yeah, to get it down. Yeah.
That was not fun.
That's wild,
Oh,
man.
no, man.
It is wild. I just bought a sight for my gun that
What
I
are you talking
lost
about?
now.
The one you lost?
Yeah, for the one I lost. So I got to take it back though, but I just got one. So we went to Shields out in
Custom made.
went out to Shields in it's the Loveland one, but it's like Johnstown technically.
Mhm.
Went there. We were looking around and stuff, and their gun section up there was cordoned off because they had to cordon it off because there were so many people ordering
Oh.
and buying and picking
Yep.
up guns. So there was a giant line of people just waiting to pick up their guns that they either bought online and stuff. And people like when you buy
People
it
don't
online,
realize gun sales are through the roof right now. People are
Obama
scared.
was the #1 gun seller president that we've
You
ever
think
had.
you think he probably had stake in some sort of.
Oh, yeah. He sold so many guns.
Yeah.
But Biden, he wants to get rid of online sales of guns and online, like even like accessories. You can't
Mhm.
buy like even sights or like straps or,
Is that
because I
part
mean,
of
you
the-
get an AR. It's like building your own computer. You build your own gun. You can
Mhm.
like do all cool little parts. It's actually really fun. I encourage people go do that. Do it now while you still can.
Yeah, well, you still can.
Um,
Encourage
and buy-
responsible gun owners. Don't just buy one. Learn how to use one.
Well, I think
will
that's
say
a
that.
good learning thing,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
too. I mean, because people that are ignorant to it, they're like, you can just buy a gun online. Well, no, you have to. You'll go through a background check. You have
Yeah,
to.
it takes a while to actually get your hands on it.
Well, so what's going to happen? You buy it online. It's going to send it to what is it? FLA, I can't think of it. It's a licensed firearm person. I mean, it could be anybody, but they're a licensed person. What they do, the gun. So whenever you buy it online, it'll ship there. Then you'll have to go there, and you'll have to bring your documentation. They're going to check you out. You'll go through the background check, and then you'll be able to take it.
Mhm.
So people are like, you can just buy these assault weapons online. It hurt my baby boy.
What
Yeah, no, you
what
fucking
voice is that?
dumbass.
What's that from?
I don't know. Oh, I
It's
was
from
doing
something.
my
Yeah.
still hurt.
Is that
Still hurt.
Still hurt?
No, no, don't touch me. Look what I can do. Yeah. Oh my god, you've been
I
seeing
have
the
no idea what you're
meme.
talking about.
It's
but
like
it's funny.
that started on Mad TV or was that
Mad
SNL?
TV, Mad TV,
Yeah,
Mad TV.
that's what it was.
He's like, still hurt.
Start.
No. So,
Well, so that was
obviously
the
everybody
tax-
knows. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Let me. We'll jump back into guns. I just want to bring up this before I forget.
Yeah, you were talking about the tax stuff, and that's the thing that scares me the most about everything that's going on is people don't realize. Okay, so here's my two things: is the tax plan, his tax agenda, and the pretty much the rearmament of the military, in the sense of redeploying and stuff like that. I've heard a couple military people tell me that what they've been told is to get ready, that there'll probably be a lot more redeployments back to the Middle East and Africa and places like that.
Money, money,
You're-
money.
Yeah. So that's what
good for
worries
my
me because
work.
they're actually talking about it, and these are people I know that are in the military. They're being told, "Get ready. We're going to start ramping it back up."
Get ready to kill innocents, everybody.
Yeah,
The
so that's
Democrats
what-
are back
that's
in
what-
town.
That's what scares me is that is actually going to happen because a lot of these peace deals and things are just going to go by the wayside.
Yeah.
As long as
that's
hey,
what-
as long as people are happy in America, who cares that people are dying other places, right?
Actually, it's
Bro,
just
there's-
as long as Trump's not president, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. As long as
It's
that's
so-
fine.
It's so fun. People are really ignorant
And
to that.
that's
so
true. Yes, that's one of the things that people don't think about. And again, I'm not a diehard Trumpster or anything like that. But I do lean right. So
the
take that with a grain of
only
salt, but-
president, in the last while, like how many presidents has it been that hasn't started a war when he went in office?
Mhm. Yeah, and people don't take that into account. I think that's a huge deal.
Yeah,
That should
and
be top for most people.
Yeah, and he outspokenly tried pulling out military. He pulled out a lot, but he wanted to pull out everybody from there. But who was throwing a fit about that? It's the Democrats and the Republicans. There's a lot of Republicans didn't want it too.
That didn't like the idea of pulling.
It's like,
and I
just get out of there.
understand. I understand some of the arguments about it. There was a couple of guys.
Oh, I
who was
hate
the
those
guy?
fucking
Who's the big
arguments.
military guy that was on JRE not too long ago? He was talking about how you can't just pull people out
Yes,
because it'll
you
create
can't
a
just
power vacuum and stuff like that. But-
exactly, and that's how ISIL started, thanks to Mr. Obama. You have to do it the right way. You have to make sure things are in place. But just talking about it, people are like, "Oh, wait, you want to? We can't leave there." Like he was starting to transition. He already has been. There's already been a reduction over there, and people are like, "Oh, he said he's going to pull out all troops or whatever."
Do you know
you can't do that?
Are you super versed in the peace deal that the vampire guy got all set up?
Oh, Kushner.
Kushner, yeah, him.
Jay Kush?
I
Talking
forgot
about
his
Jay
name.
Kush?
yeah. So, are you familiar with a lot of the details of the peace treaties and stuff, or the peace deals going on and stuff like that?
Well, the different Middle East ones.
Yeah, because all I hear is like he has some good peace deals, and the peace deals were good, but I don't specifically know the details.
It
Well-
goes back to the legitimacy of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah. Go ahead, Paul. Go ahead.
Oh, it just goes back to the legitimacy of Israel and moving the embassy into Jerusalem was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what it came down to was a rejection of Iran, and that everybody else basically goes, "Oh, well, this is much better for us if we do it this way."
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so-
how much money they're making from these free trade deals? Because what these peace deals are, they're normalizing relations. And the first, historic first commercial flight that went from Israel to the UAE, which is huge, because you'd have Israelis, like if they needed to fly like over in that area, they'd have to fly like all the way around like different places because they couldn't land anywhere in these places in the Middle East because,
Yeah.
they were not favored people. But UAE, Sudan, what's the other one? Am I forgetting? There's another one. Do you know, Paul?
Did Saudi Arabia sign?
Oh yeah. So UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Sudan. No, not Saudi Arabia, right? It was
I
UAE.
heard rumors that they were planning on signing, but I'm not sure if they did.
Who's our fact checker here?
I'm like not going on the computer right now. I can't even type.
Oh no. So it's Bahrain, UAE, and Sudan.
Yeah, and I heard that Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia was on par. I mean, on deck to sign up.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't see why they want to. Saudi Arabia is pretty close ties, United States wise. Even though I don't know, I'm not actually going to talk about that right now. Saudi Arabia 9/11 stuff. So
Put your
everybody
tinfoil
should look
hat
into
on.
that. No,
Did I-
that's
did I
a
read-
release.
I was talking
documents
about the
you can
peace
read.
deal, so yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
did I read that
I wanna know more
Biden
about
is
peace
already
deal.
saying that he's going to get back into the Iran deal with like this first week back in office?
I don't think he said the Iran deal, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he? I thought he said the I thought
Oh,
he just said the
that
Paris
too.
Climate
He
Accord.
said he did that too.
Oh,
Paris
and the
Climate
Iran
Accord-
nuclear deal?
Hold on.
let me look it up.
Yeah, fact check yourself on that. The
Paris
agreement.
Wants to be it's
Yeah,
so
he wants
fucking dumb. I don't know why he would go back into it. It's a non-binding agreement. He's literally just going to let China. What is it? Isn't China on it too? And they're not doing anything they said they would. It's like a feel-good thing. It's like, oh, look at us. We signed a piece of paper.
Yeah.
China's not fucking listening. So their economy's gonna keep exploding. Biden's gonna put in these dumbass restrictions, and we're gonna fall behind.
Isn't that pretty much
it's so
that-
dumb.
the issue with it was the sense that we had all these agreements and that we were the only ones doing it, and none of the other countries were abiding by it.
It's a it doesn't matter if they do it or not. It's a non-binding agreement. It's a feel good. It's like, look,
so
everybody, we
according
did
to
something.
the New York Times, Biden said that he will re-enter the Iran nuclear deal, assuming the Iranians are willing to reverse course and observe its limits, which they will.
God.
What's the Iranian nuclear deal?
It's the one that Obama gave. This is but $500 million or
Pallets of cash.
So
not
that they
like, hey, let's
wouldn't
send
build
you
nuclear
let's
weapons.
send
Or
you-
what?
wouldn't build.
Yeah,
They pretty much paid them to not build nuclear weapons. That was the
but
idea.
they were still doing it because what they're doing is like, oh, we're not building nuclear weapons. What they're doing is they're building their rockets that carry the nuclear weapons and getting those down on lock. They're building these vehicles. It's like
the idea of paying anyone to not do that just seems weird to me.
Yeah,
and
they still
paying
did
them
it
in cash.
Yeah,
on a tarmac.
In cash, and then Iran funds all these terrorist groups, proven terrorist groups that end up killing U.S. soldiers or U.S. citizens or just citizens anywhere, civilians, all these different ones. And so they just gave them cash. Like
It just
he
seems weird to me.
that is directly contributing to terrorism, what they did. And obviously Corn Pop Joe is gonna, get on his knees and help out all Iran.
You said, or which article did you read
The
that
New York
from?
Times.
New York Times.
Right.
Okay, so that's pretty.
I didn't know he came out and said that. Jesus, fuck.
That's what I mean. Like, people don't take this stuff into consideration when they casted their vote.
Yeah, it's.
And again, I'm not like Trump's the way to go. I'm just saying, know what you're voting for. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Richard Hopkins, that whistleblower. Sorry to jump back. Donald Trump just retweeted James O'Keefe's video. Trump said, "A brave patriot. More and more people are stepping forward to expose this rigged election." And it's the whistleblower, Richard Hopkins, saying he did not recant. And they called out the Washington Post journalist that's saying that he did. Well, that's pretty big. That's big. I don't know. It's curious. Everybody's like, just like Trump's done, I don't know. I'm holding out. I'm thinking some wild shit's going to happen.
It is
But at the
2020.
same time, life is pretty boring. I mean, Trump he's done some shit, hate him or love him, he's done a lot. And if the big interesting thing is he has changed the Republican Party completely, and he's gotten, he went up in every demographic, minorities.
Okay, so that was another
everything.
weird thing because that was reported on by a bunch of different news places that Black African Americans, Mexican Americans, what have you, all the different ethnicities and different cultures. They actually he had a better turnout for them, but
Huge.
for some reason, white people or white men
White males.
or white males, white males were down.
Yeah.
So doesn't that tell you something right there? Don't you see
He's
something
racist.
weird right there?
He's racist.
Yeah.
He's also orange and bad.
And that was reported on by a bunch of different. So I mean, there's got to be some truth to that, right?
That he's orange.
Yeah,
and bad.
I mean, you have
That's actually true. That it wasn't just some weird right wing person saying, "Hey, this is what happened."
Didn't you have Richard Spencer endorse Joe Biden? I mean, the Antifa and stuff, all the things that they're doing is racism. It's racist shit. The KKK people are like, yeah, we want segregation. We want all this stuff. That's what they're calling for. Thank God in California, what was on the ballot? They were trying to get rid of the Civil Rights Act there.
It lost by a lot.
They were trying to vote that out. Yeah, but thank God there was.
Oh, we're losing him again. Right as we started getting interested.
People are.
Yeah. Just keep on talking.
Someone-
We'll pretend we listen to you.
Yeah, good one.
Everything you're saying sounds really
I
good.
don't think you can hear us at all. That was actually on the ballot, though. Like,
Yes. So
I wasn't
essentially,
familiar.
what it was is that
There's a little
he's still talking.
weird.
yeah, but it was really supposed to go. It was supposed to get rid of so they can segregate. Basically, so they can go. We want to hire more minorities.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, the way it's written is like it doesn't matter what race, creed, or whatever. You can hire whomever.
Yeah.
But they want to get rid of that, so you can just only say we're not going to basically hire white men.
Okay.
That's what they were hoping for.
Really? And
But there's
it
enough
got
sanity.
shot
There's
down
enough
quite a
sanity.
bit.
Yeah,
It
there's
was-
enough sanity.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you were cutting
was
out
for,
real bad,
like,
Joe. We didn't hear anything you were saying.
I don't. Oh well, I could hear you guys this entire time, but I don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe there's something going on with the internet service out here. But
Kids are on the iPads.
the reason why they wanted to do it was for what's it called? For college, they get special credits. Oh my god, what's that called? You know what that
I
is,
don't know.
Paul? Affirmative action. Affirmative action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
And-
affirmative action. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
That's my official take on that.
Well, it's just.
I've
I mean,
had a couple of Guinnesses. This is actually kicking my ass. I got to tell you.
Yeah, it's a real beer.
It's a real
affirmative
beer.
action is. Did you see? I mean, was it 2 or 3 years ago? There's Asian kids that were suing Harvard because affirmative action, like
Yep.
they actually had to do better than everybody. I mean, they had to do way better than everybody else because they were oh, you guys are too.
It was
privileged.
like a quote unquote reverse racism kind of thing. Where they were implementing racist policies towards Asians because they were doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, your race is doing so well. Let's make it a little bit harder for you.
Yeah.
That's called racism.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I don't see how people don't see that as like the Democrat. Their whole party is just built on racism. Like you get these points for being, a certain minority group. And like, what is it? Ben Shapiro always joked about like our president in the future is going to be like a transvestite minority midget that has some sort of disability because they're going to have the most victim points or whatever. So,
oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, no, he's serious. It's like
Yeah, because he did cross. What's he call it? Cross sectionality. Is that what he call it? And whoever has the most
intersectionality.
Intersectionality. Yes, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wins. Automatically wins.
Yeah, you got to have more victim
It
points.
doesn't matter because you and I are white males, so we're like, oh, actually, all three of us are. You might be.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Joe's not.
Well, Robert has a little bit more victim points because he bats for the other team.
Yeah, so that's the only
it's
way
still
I can do
very
it.
low because you're still male.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you identify as a female. Now your hair is getting pretty.
I'm trying.
But you're white though as well.
Yeah, so you don't have as many.
Well, with these friggin' lights on me, I look like I'm pasty white.
Well, you're kind of albino, so maybe that's another point. I don't know.
I swear
I feel like we're getting
in
in real racy territory right now. A little racy for me.
Well, that was the idea behind the Kamala pick. I didn't agree with that.
Well, and it just
It was
it's just
it felt like it was
ridiculous.
filling a quota. That's all they were
but
doing.
That's the exact reason why it's such a.
That's why I said like I'm more than happy to. It's not an issue of gender or anything like that. I'm more than happy, but Hillary was dead fucking wrong to vote for. Kamala is probably just as bad. There's got to be better picks out there. I don't know why they went with her.
Well,
There's
and
better
actually,
picks.
and
Yeah.
the thing
Tulsi
is
Gabbard.
that Tulsi Gabbard would have been.
I was a
fine.
huge Tulsi Gabbard fan. Actually, I followed
But
her quite a bit
but
while she
she's
was still
more
in.
Republican. She is
Yeah,
Democrat.
yeah. If she would have been in the race, I probably would have voted for Tulsi Gabbard. To be honest with you, I was a big fan of what she stood for.
But they're not going to.
Yeah,
The base that they're trying to satisfy is going to hate Tulsi.
yeah.
The base that they have right now, Antifa, like Robert was touching on this earlier, is they're still rioting out there. They're still like spray painting
It
in
never
Portland
stopped,
on the
yeah.
walls, literally saying "fuck President-elect Biden." Like they think it's over now. What? Oh man.
They're definitely not showing that on the news, are they?
Nope.
Oh no, you have to look around for it.
It's
But
mostly
it's out
peaceful.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah.
Only a couple people are getting shot.
Oh my.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Woo.
But anywho,
Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So elections, great.
Yeah.
yeah, they're good
It's
stuff.
very divisive right now, which is weird. I don't know.
Which is
I guess we're
weird.
probably all we're in our own little bubble here, I suppose, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best to look at both sides, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of stuff that I look at, and I always try to fall on the side of what will be less free and what will have more restrictions, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of how I say. I always err on the side of freedom.
Yeah, and when I see that there is like, oh well, these people are going to oversee these other people, and you're just like, well, what?
Yeah. Other direction.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing. It's like, oh, we have this good intent, but then eventually it always turns to shit because they'll just take it and somebody will get in charge. And it's the same thing they did with the Senate. They were like, oh, we're going to do all these rules when we were in charge, and then they came back. I'm talking about Schumer taking away the filibuster and everything, and they did all that, and then the Republicans came in charge again. And they're like, oh, well, since you came up with these rules, I guess you're screwed now. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so there's two things I want to say. I feel like we'll wrap it up here in a little bit. But so Joe Manchin, senator out of West Virginia, he came out. He did ease me a little bit. So Joe Manchin, he's a Democrat. He's like, if we do take control of the Senate, he's like, I will not vote for court packing. I will not vote to get rid of the filibuster. So those are two things Joe Manchin, a Democrat, he's like, there's a lot of us at the Democrat Party. He's like, we are not left wing. Like, we will not do these things. So, take that with a grain of salt. So, but that was a feel good thing. The court packing was a worry and everything, but let's just hope not. One other conspiracy thing I wanted to bring up real quick in Georgia. It's not really a conspiracy thing. It's kind of like a statistical anomaly here.
That's a better way to put it, because like we were talking about last week, when you say conspiracy, that has like this negative connotation to it.
So it's odd. So did you see there's like hundreds of thousands of votes that were cast for Biden, where the only thing that they selected was the president? They didn't do anything else. And that's why you see all these House and Senate seats winning for Republicans, because all they did was select Biden. Kind of weird, right? Nothing crazy, right? What if I told you just in Georgia alone, the ones that had only Trump on it were 818? How many would you guys guess there was Biden only ballots in Georgia? 818 for Trump.
Big number, probably.
45,000.
What do you think?
We're gonna ruin your story by overshooting.
What do you think?
20,000.
95,801.
The price is right, Bobby.
I was going high, just to think, but it's more than I said. 95.
The statistical chance of that is so astronomically, like, almost impossible of that happening, right? That is what people are worried about that voted for Trump. Those are the people that are like, what in the actual fuck is going on? Go do a hand audit, like hand count audit. Go check these out. You have all these things going on. But what's so weird about everything going on, and Robert, you talked about this, is Democrat or Republican, you should worry about what's going on. The integrity of the vote. You should be, I mean, if they're seeing this as like, and Tim Pool did put it the best, he's like, if they do not investigate these things, that is Civil War territory. You're looking at people not trusting the election, and you're going to have 70 million plus people freaking out, right? But if you investigate these honestly and look at them and then show the evidence, like, hey, this actually happened, and then Trump ends up leaving, people are still going to be upset, obviously.
It
but
won't persuade everybody, but it'll get a good chunk of the population.
yes, but if you don't do that, you're gonna. That's like Poole said, that's a nightmare scenario because I mean that's third world country shit right there, where it's just the media, like the state-run media, is like, oh no, Nicolas Maduro, he won a great election in Venezuela, number one president. You know,
all of Kazakhstan.
You remember Sacha Baron Cohen's movie Dictator?
Yeah.
Or no, was that what's the one for the guy from Portlandia? What's his name?
Oh my god, I love that guy. Fucking badass drummer.
We would talk about him all the time. Frank Armisen.
Fred Armisen.
He's like playing a dictator, and he's like,
he plays a dictator in fucking Parks and Rec.
Yeah. That's
he's
what
the dictator of the Parks and Rec department in Venezuela.
He's like, Monsieur appointment. What is it? Don't pay your car fine. Jail.
Yeah, he's like everything he says. Jail.
Yeah, he's like,
jail.
Don't miss your dentist appointment. Believe it or not, jail. That's so funny. Believe it or not,
pretty good.
Jail. Yeah, he's hilarious, dude. He's so good. Anyways,
we should on a higher note. So like, musically, I sent you a video. So have you have I mentioned the White Buffalo to you, Joe?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, like 20 times.
Yeah, and so I cannot fucking get enough. Usually, like when I find a new artist, I'll listen to it for like a month and just be sick of it. I've literally nonstop listened to him for about 3 to 4 months now.
Didn't
I can't get
Jake
enough.
Bring him up?
No, I heard it. He was on Jocko podcast, and that's where I first heard about him. His name's Jake Smith, the lead singer from the White Buffalo.
I thought Jake brought it up.
His fucking music is insane. He's got this voice, this like, there's just something to it where you.
Would you leave your wife?
No, it's not that. It's just like this, like very believable. He's got a lot of vibrato in his voice. This is very believable, deep. Like he sings a lot of song about like pain and murder and stuff like that. And he also says a lot of positive ones too. But like you can feel the music while you're listening to it, and it's so good. It's mostly acoustic guitar driven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play a little bit of the one I sent you. You can skip ahead a little bit. I don't know if we can listen to the whole thing, but.
Now I'm left here all alone. Ooh, I hear what the neighbors say.
Just like look at his face and listen to his voice.
That poor boy, he's lost his way. That lady is praying. Darling, what have I done? Now I do my talking with a gun, and blood will spill into the gutters.
We don't have to listen to the whole thing, but hey, this is one of my favorite songs. So if you go to whatever you listen to, listen to "Oh Darling, What Have I Done," and then "The Highway." And so he got famous because he did a lot of the soundtracks for Sons of Anarchy. You remember that TV show?
Yeah.
And that's where he kind of like reached the next level. So he did the main one when spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, when Jax Taylor kills himself. I said spoiler alert. He does the main song on that one. You'll recognize the song if you've watched Sons of Anarchy. Anarchy, you'll recognize it. His whole catalog is so fucking good. He's one of those guys who just every song you listen to is like, oh, that was a good song. Oh, that was a good song.
Yeah.
Listen to the White Buffalo and let me know what you think.
I'll listen to it. Paul, I sent you over one in the private chat. And have you ever heard of The Devil Makes Three? Robert? If you like that voice, immediately this reminded me.
The Devil Wears Three?
The Devil Makes Three.
Makes Three.
It's two guys, or no, it's like a 3-guy band or something like that.
It's like simplistic strip
back. The
back.
Devil Makes Three. It's play this song. Let's listen to this. I don't know. It just reminded me of it. There we go. Just wait, Paul.
I guess I grew up on an old dirt road. A pedal to the metal, always did what I was told. Till I found out that my brand new clothes came secondhand from the rich kids next door. When I grew up fast, I guess I grew up mean. There's 1,000 things inside my head I wish I ain't seen. And now I just wander through a real bad dream, or feeling like I'm coming apart at the seams. But thank you, Jack Daniels, oh, number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven, and angels start to look good.
I like this kind of music. It's playing the upright bass. I love the upright bass sound.
Thank you, Jack Daniels, oh, number 7.
But I don't know. It's just his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, once I started hearing
like
I don't know. I don't. Not to sound like dumb, but like the soul, like in his voice. You know what I mean? That feeling you can get.
That doesn't sound dumb at all. I get it.
No, I hate sounding like that. Anyways, that feeling
You're talking
you
to
get
a
out of
music fan.
like just a little bit. Yeah,
That's
okay.
why like
Anyways,
that's why I
RT.
showed you the white. Yeah, that's why I showed you the White Buffalo. He just has this way of singing that draws you in, that makes you want to like.
Yeah.
Like when he tells a story, like the Highway, listen to the Highwayman, or the Highwayman, sorry. It's called the Highwayman. He tells a story throughout it, and you follow along and you feel like you're involved in the story.
It's just a new folk.
Yeah, it's a new folk. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's not this storytelling, just kind of like Dylan did and whatever.
Yeah, except with,
when I was young.
with a good voice. But yeah, so like he's like my go-to the last couple months.
I'm just glad he's not making us listen to when we work out, because that would be like.
He has fast songs, slow songs, but most of them are acoustic driven. So by fast song, I mean
acoustic fast.
Yeah, acoustic fast. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's my homework for all y'all. Go check out the White Buffalo.
And the Devil Makes 3.
The Devil Makes 3.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to more of that. Yeah.
Listen to them. Listen, I don't know. Another good one. If you're in the feeling for that music, I really like that music.
I do too.
Mona is another really good band.
Mona,
M-O-N-A. Check them out. I feel like they're more kind of a hipstery kind of thing, but they just more of a like, I don't know. It's just something about them. It's a singer, and that's. I mean, I've talked to you about this
like
before.
Mumford and Sons kind of
yes.
like that.
Oh, there we go.
Like hipster folk.
Yes. I just love it. You want to listen to, you can listen to rock music and you get lost and you listen more of that. I feel like for the actual guitar and the drums and the rhythm and everything.
Oh yeah. That's like my favorite music is that like, but this is like my one-off.
This kind of music, it's like listening to a poem, someone reads you a book, you want to listen to the lyrics, and the music is just to like put your body in like it's like a receiver to fine tune you to pick up the messages that he's putting out.
Hey, that's a pretty good way to put it.
I've
never heard anyone explain it like that. That's a good
way. It's like I don't know. It's like, that's what I think of. It's like your body's like this tuning fork or whatever, and you have the instruments in the background to like get you
pick up the radio wave.
Yeah, everything else is tuned out and you can just hear this person talking to you. It's just like one-on-one. And so that's that kind of music. That's what that White Buffalo kind of remind me of. Devil Makes 3 makes me remind me of that. Another song kind of like that is what the fuck is it's that Shinedown song. Is it Call Me? I think Call Me by Shinedown. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, call me a sinner, call me a saint.
I'm sure I've heard it. I can't think of it right now.
It's one of their slower songs, but it's like one of those, like, I don't know. It just touches you. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Not to sound.
Yeah, it's different kind of genre, but it
hits you
that
the
one's
right way. I don't feel like that one's. I don't know. That's just. I don't know. That's more rocky though. Like, well, I don't know what you would call Shinedown. I guess alternative rock. They're not alternative. They're like rock.
Fun story. First time we saw Shinedown was at Sturgis 75, and I actually
that was the first time you saw him.
Yeah, I was actually not a fan of Shinedown at all. I actually didn't like him at all. When I saw him play live, I was like, "Holy shit, these guys are fucking good."
He sounds
and I've been
fucking amazing.
Yeah, I've been a big fan ever since.
I saw him down when I got my Hordeville tattoo down in Alabama. That's when he was fat.
Yeah,
he was super fat and he had long hair. And then when we saw him at Sturgis 75, he was like ripped and like
he looked so cool. He had like this flat bill hat on and these sunglasses. He has neck tattoos. I'm like, this guy's badass.
God, what's that song when they're like, he starts out, what does he say? He's like,
I don't know when we saw him. I don't know if Devil was out then. That's one of my favorite songs. I don't know.
Cut the cord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, cut the cord. I just remember that because then it started raining.
Yeah.
Oh
was
my
that,
God.
That was during
No, that was
when
Godsmack
Godsmack started playing. Yeah.
Yeah, Godsmack was
Yeah,
badass,
yeah.
too.
So we stayed at the Buffalo Chip, and if you're gonna go to Sturgis, that's the place to stay because there's a giant concert venue in the middle, and then everyone just camps around it for the entire week.
Yeah.
So like the one night when Leonard Skinner was playing,
they sang
I
us
know
to
there's
sleep.
probably a lot of Skinner fans out there, but I it's whatever. I know all their big songs, but we're like, oh, yep, Skinner. All right, let's go. So we fell asleep too. I remember falling asleep to Freebird.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my tent, like 100 yards away.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
We were giving each other Dutch rudders until we fell asleep.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
Yeah.
During those epic guitar solos.
No, I would
we
say
saw a
the
lot of
sleeping
good
at
bands,
Sturgis
yeah.
was like the worst sleeping of my entire fucking life. I feel like we lost like 5 years of our lives at Sturgis.
Yeah, it's so hard because you don't want to sleep because there's so much shit going on all the time.
The constant intake of alcohol and bologna sandwiches,
and fucking rock music, and then you got all
rock
the fucking everyone with their Harleys,
just
busting their pipes
blasting
all over the
noise.
place. Yeah,
People
man, it's
just
so much
banging
fun.
each other in the mud in the streets, and it's
Which
just
is weirdly
shit.
true.
You have shit mountain coming out of the toilet. It's just,
Dude, that's so much fun.
I
So much
cannot
fun.
wait to take my kids to Sturgis.
Yeah, well, you got to get a motorcycle. Sorry, you can't until you have a motorcycle.
Oh, okay. I'll go buy one, Robert. Oh no!
Ever since Joe sold his motorcycle, I've been giving him shit.
Whatever. Do you even you don't even ride yours anymore?
Yeah, I do. Not as much, but I do.
Because you're a fair weather rider.
Well, no, because he doesn't have anybody.
I don't have anyone to ride with. So Jake,
Well, why don't you get
the
a
guy
hog?
on last week, he rides, so we'll be able to ride with him.
Does he?
Yeah.
Do you have a Harley?
No, he is he's one of those guys who
Like a Honda?
but it's like very customized. It's actually a really cool looking bike. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him shit
Yeah, it's a cool looking
until
bike.
he gets a Harley.
We've
that
talked
too.
about this. There's something. Yeah, I did the same thing. My first new bike. Well, okay, my first bike was a Honda
Vulcan,
Shadow.
right?
My first new bike was a Vulcan.
Yeah.
But there's just something to be said between riding a non-Harley and a Harley.
Yeah.
Regardless of quality and what you think about quality, there's just you feel there's a feeling you have to riding a Harley.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where
I
you're
feel
I'm
like
better than you.
I feel like I would do
Better than
like
you.
if I get a bike again, I'd go all out and I'd probably get an Indian.
Yeah.
And then I'd be
Indian,
better
Indian
than
would be the
everybody.
same way. It's American made. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be those are the shit. Those were the ones that started Sturgis. Bike rally was Indian motorcycles.
Like the racing, the Indian motorcycles. Yeah.
Up the
I'd be
hill,
down with that.
yeah.
There's no difference between a Harley and I mean, there is, but
Yeah.
what I mean is like you still have that feeling.
Yeah.
Of being better than you.
Yeah, being better than
It's
other
a
people,
good
yeah.
feeling of being better than other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
I feel like Mike Pence.
That's one thing that I've never wanted to do. I just never wanted to do a bike.
Yeah,
they're
it's
so-
just
they're
not for
nice.
everybody. It's not for everybody.
It's
I get
fun.
it, but yeah,
My
like when we were riding through Colorado. Okay, so that whole trip we rode through the mountains in Colorado, and then we went up to Sturgis. There's just I don't know. When I got to Colorado, I put my helmet away, and I didn't touch my helmet again until we got back to Nebraska, which is I know some people say that's stupid, but it just adds to the ambiance of riding a motorcycle.
remember my dad and I, we rode up to
Deadwood
over a weekend, and
that's when we lived in Lincoln because you made the
Yeah.
trip in one day, and I remember you walking in, you had bugs all over you,
Yeah.
and your fucking face was red as shit. You're like wind burnt shit.
We fucking
You're like you just got like a 10-hour ride, and like, you said you stopped like twice or something.
because we're just cruising. South Dakota is fucking so beautiful, and
Yeah,
you're just
yeah. Right in
cruising
the Black
and whatever. And then you're going through the northern part of Nebraska where there's nothing out there, just going
Yeah.
through it. No one for, hours, and you're just driving. And so we're not really paying attention. And my dad was the one leading, and he was supposed to have us take the turn so we take the right place.
Uh-oh.
Car goes
Damn it.
by, and I'm like, what? I thought we were supposed to turn and we stop or whatever. Oh my god! Did you guys lose me?
I was getting most of it.
We were getting any
Okay,
of it.
your dad was leading. Can you hear us?
Okay, sorry. So my dad was leading. This is so. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is so fucking
go for
annoying. I don't know what's going on with my internet. Anyways, so I'll just finish up real quick. So my dad was leading or whatever, and he was supposed to like have us turn somewhere, and after a while I was just like I flagged him down to stop, and I was like, where weren't we supposed to turn somewhere? And we looked it up or whatever, and he's like, oh shit, that was like an hour back or something like that.
It's like the Harry and Lloyd go to Nebraska thing.
Yeah. So he's like, well, fuck it, I know a better way. And like we wanted to get back before dark. So he like lays into it, and he had like I want to say Vulcan 1500 cc.
Sporter. It was a 1200 Sporter.
No, it was a 1500. No. Before that, he had a Vulcan 1500 cc. It was a giant fucking bike. Yeah.
No, he had that.
And we were going like 120, 130 miles an hour on these fucking roads, just no one there.
Yeah.
But just going all out. I mean, because he's like, I want to get fucking home and sit on the couch. Because I mean, I looked like I got gangbanged by a bunch of dudes when I was walking.
I can still see you walking into the duplex. I can still picture it. I remember the bugs and the windburn face and the red face. Yeah. I was just like, holy shit, you look like shit, dude.
Yeah. There's a picture of me at Sturgis that I took. It was like a selfie there. Yeah. And I'm like super dark and everything. And my wife.
After a shower.
Yeah, my wife was like, oh my God, you got a huge tan when I got there. I went and took a shower. I was back to a white man.
Right back. Yeah. It was just fucking dirt and grime because there was no showers there.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna die for 2 days after. I think I got Giardia, and I was just shitting and throwing up like crazy.
We were literally living in a tent, getting hammered most of the day, every day, drinking bologna.
I can't believe you bought fucking
and
a bag of frozen chicken strips, and then we put them in a skillet.
And mayonnaise, mayonnaise and chicken
strips. Nacho cheese Doritos and bologna.
Yeah. Epic week. We'll have to do it again sometime, hopefully.
Yeah. I told you. Didn't we say the 100th?
I thought we said 80, but yeah, 100. I'm down.
We said the 100th.
That's still a ways away, though.
Yeah, it's a ways away. It's 20 years away.
I think last year was 80.
Yeah, last year was 80.
20 years from now, I guess you'd be my age.
So 20 years.
I still think like we should do so 75. We should do 85, 95, and 100. So do the next 2 decades and then hit 100.
I don't know if I'll be able to do 85. I'll have to see. 5 years from now.
5 years down the road.
If I can get a motorcycle, my kids will be. I'll just see.
Just fucking rent.
Just wait till you have kids, Robert. I'm not trying to.
Well,
all right. Maybe I'll just ride in the back of yours.
I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I don't know.
I mean, I know guys with kids that go. You know.
Yeah, I know lots of people who do. But the big difference was
they're divorcing within 10 years after that.
No. Big difference is, luckily, when I sold my last house, I got all the bikes paid off. I got all the cars paid off, all that stuff. So it's a big difference whether you own it or you're making payments on it. I tell you, when I was making payments, I was like, I should just fucking get rid of this thing. Now that I own it, it's like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't think.
Anyways, I feel like my internet's doing shitty again.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say. Do you guys?
Nope. They got politics, they got motorcycles, and they got music. That's what they get for the day.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I had fun. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
All right.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as Jerry
Thanks, everybody.
Seinfeld told you at the beginning.
I don't know why. All right, everyone. Bye.
Peace.
Are you going to do a new one like every week?
Peace.
I might. Do you want me to?
Peace.
I might. We'll see.
I don't know. I feel like it's a new thing now. It could be a recurring thing.
All right.
Peace.
Oh, that was pretty funny. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.